let the people know, who are you? What do you do? Where are you from? What are you about? Like, introduce yourself a little bit.
For those that's listening, I go by the name of KLD WAVE. It's a self-affirmation and an acronym I would like everybody that's listening to this to always remember and never forget. It stands for Keep Living Dreams. We are valuable every day. It goes for everybody in the human race, no matter what religion, sexual orientation, race, you know.
That's real.
And I'm from Queens, South Jamaica, big Queens.
Okay. Big Queens, hey.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing music for?
Come Halloween, it'll be 4 years. So Halloween 2019, I dropped my first single.
Oh, okay, nice. And I see, like, looking at your album music, you have a bunch of singles, no album yet.
Yeah, no body of work. I've been working on a lot of stuff. I have a 2 series and a debut project that I'm working on right now. I'm a part of a collective, so I have a lot of stuff going on, and our collective is called W.A.V.E. It's full of artists such as X, Diamond Joe, Del Marie Forbes, Chloe Guitar, and we're accompanied by a band, and we have a lot of people, like, you know what I mean, that I've been focused on beyond, like, behind the scenes musically. Because, like, for me, I'm an artist, I'm a rapper, I'm a singer, but I'm also a businessman at heart and somebody that's, like, into fashion, that's into filmmaking, and have a lot of duties and a lot of things that I want to bring to life. So, yeah.
I like that you say a businessman, too, because just getting into this industry, like, I love music with all my heart. It's my biggest passion, but you can't really make anything out of it if you don't understand the mechanics of it, you know what I'm saying? So how did you get into music in the first place? How did you wait, actually no. I want to know, how did you start your creative agency?
More or less, like, it spawned with an idea. You know what I mean? I always thought, like, you know, breaking in the door for a lot of artists is, like, you know, the ultimate goal. But the door is already there, and it could be opened by just having that key, that ignition, that drive to push forward and open that door for yourself. You know what I mean? So I wanted to create something with W.A.V.E. to for other artists to have that door. You know what I mean? To know that they have that, and that they can always walk in and enter it whenever they please. And honestly, like, you know, it's just like something that I thought of, like, when I wanted to give something back to the world. Like, it's bigger than just like a creative agency or a collective or a band or whatever. Like, you look at, like, all these corporations, these big labels, these things that have a name, it's not real. Like, you look at, like, Nike, they have the Nike check, right? You have Polo, they have the Polo horse inside. You have, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? But these things, when you think of these things, you think of athlete, you think of luxury clothing.
So what do you think of when you think of WAVE, when you think of KLD?
This thing on my back, the heart with 7 symbol.
Explain that.
It stands for, like, we are valuable every day. It's a symbol with a heart and a 7 in it. The heart is the universal love symbol. And the 7 is for all 7 continents of the world. But my name is 7 letters. My real name is 7 letters.
So your lucky number?
Yeah. My stage name is 7 letters. My life path number is 7 letters. And there's 7 continents in this world that I want this to touch. And everybody from all, you know, continents of the world, I want this. The same way you look at a Nike logo, the same way you look at a polo sign, to have that, you know, recognition, but to stand for the people. You look at those corporations, you see dollars. I want this to stand for, like, you know, a symbolism of unity. You know what I mean? At its core.
That's so powerful. The way you just said that just, like, gave me chills a little bit.
Sorry, I'm out of breath though too, cause, like, I was running trying to get here. Like, yeah, like, I was trying. You know, I had to.
You didn't take the elevator?
Nah, we were in the steps. It was straight ghetto time. You feel me? Like, look, people running in and out of projects is no difference. You feel me? The elevator not working. You know
that elevator is annoying because it stops at, like, every single floor. Like, I be coming from the basement, and then people use the elevator to go up 1 flight of steps. I'm just like, come on.
Wow, yeah, nah.
I got a class on the 4th floor. Like, let's.
Got places to be.
Yeah, let's go. Let's keep going.
I fuck with that.
More about your background. How do you think it impacted you musically?
A lot. All credit is due to God first, you know, by just putting me on this path and this journey and meeting the people that I meet day in and day out, whether it be you, my friend over here on the right of me, X, just coming across people day in and day out. Like, you know, that's the thing that really got me into the music, like, just my everyday life. Growing up in South Jamaica, Queens, you see a lot of people that don't have a voice, that don't have that, like, you know what I mean, that platform to speak on the things that they go through. People that are dead broke, people that are living in terrible housing conditions and going through so much, these working class citizens and people that, you know, you see, like, succumb to, like, their environment and don't chase their dreams. That's why my name stands for Keep Living Dreams, to always remind people, whether they're creative, whether they feel like they're ordinary, that whoever you are, God gave you a gift, God gave you a talent, use that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a talent. Even if you're somebody that's trying to sew or do crocheting or out there filing taxes for people or, you know what I mean, driving a bus every day or driving a train,
Mm-hmm.
you have a talent. You know what I mean? You have a gift.
That's so true.
A lot of people lose that, you know, that sight.
Like, everyday people are in survival mode and they forget about their dreams. That's why, like, everything I try to do, even with this radio stuff, I try to connect it back to music because I don't care where I am. I just want to be where the music is at. You know what I mean?
For sure. I feel you. That's how I am, too. That's what I'm trying to figure out day in and day out. And this last week has definitely showed me that. Been in the studio nonstop and working on stuff, performing day in and day out. So it's been, you know, something to be grateful for.
That's actually something I was thinking about. I was chatting to the listeners a little bit beforehand, but what do you think is, like, first of all, when you record, are you in like a rented out studio or do you do more home studios?
Lately, I've been doing more home studios to like cut back and save money and like also work smart. You know what I mean? You don't want to like go out and just invest a lot of money into this music because it is a business and it's something that is lucrative for the, you know, outside man that is like engineering, producing or whatever. But I mean, I'm building a collective. I'm doing everything in house. And not only that, I'm trying to do it to where it's like you don't need those things. So I started working out of a professional studio. I recorded out of Quad. I recorded out of Mercy, and damn near every professional studio I feel like is out here that like people know about. With my engineer, because he's working out of all these places. He used to like intern for like Atlantic and stuff. So yeah. But in the last couple of years, cultivating these projects I've been working on, I've been just like, you know, like it's better to record and like have all that time to yourself to master everything, that craft, that song, to create these songs, put them together. How do you do that? Going to the studio, you on borrowed time. A lot of people go in the studio, be doing a lot of stuff that doesn't revolve around recording music. Don't be ready, don't be prepared. Before I go to any professional studio that I have demos and I like rehearse the hell out of them and like rework them and do so many things before I even think about investing the money towards it. It's a business, so you gotta go in there with that mindset. Like, all right, I want to return this investment. If I go to the studio, it's $50 an hour. I don't want to lose that $50. Feel like I recorded 2 songs and only one of them is good, or one of them is halfway good. You know what I mean? So when you have a home studio, you could then record in the crib. You can master it. You can work on your production, your mixing and mastering skills, and then you could also, the luxury of that, you could also send that to a mastering engineer or mixing engineer and still get the same product. There's no difference.
What's your ideal scenario? How do you like to mentally prepare yourself? Like, what vibe do you like to set for yourself up in the studio when you're about to record?
I just like it to be, you know, solely focused on the music. I like to start off with conversation. You know what I mean? How you doing? How your day went? From there, we decide, you know, how to move, even if it's on borrowed time with my engineer, because my engineer is like, you know, a big brother to me, somebody that I really care about, and like I have these conversations, you know what I mean? So like, it starts there, and I feel like every day, anything should start off with that. A lot of people lose touch and that disconnect with stuff. I was talking to my producer the other day. His name is W.A.V.E, and he's from, you know, California, and we've been working on a lot of stuff. And we was talking about like how like, yo, people go in these studio sessions and like, or just day in and day out, people lose connection of like reality. People be so much on their phone and just like, you know, spaced out to where they don't have time to talk to people or like don't want to say how you doing or greet them about their day or checking on them. You know what I mean? Everything starts from there, because then you could read the room in the situation, and not only that, it could possibly inspire. You never know by talking to somebody else how much that can impact your day, just by those words alone.
I want to know about the first song that you ever worked on, if you can remember.
I think I can remember it a little bit.
I want the story on that.
It's called One Life. I was inspired a lot about like Tupac during the time. Tupac and like Nas. That's what really got me into that song. You know, the concept of that song. But it's like, you got one life to live. That's the whole narrative behind it. And like trying to make the most out of it. And it was also like one of those songs where like I'm just talking braggadociously about being like, oh, I'm next in the game. Like, yo, you gonna remember me. Like, I'm gonna be the next Jay-Z, J. Cole, or, you know what I mean, Nas, 50 Cent, like these type of legends. You know, it was on that like frequency.
And recording it, wow. That's how I met my engineer. I recorded in like a dungeon of a studio. It was over in Queens. Like it was like, I think it was like on like Sutter and like 130 or something. It was far. Like, I don't know. It was just like in the cut, like for real. It was in the cut somewhere. But yeah, and then I wound up taking that and using that as like something to look at and be like, all right, let me now learn how to make songs more structured, get better at songwriting, get better at staying in the pocket of the beat, and I mean, really crafting something that's concise. Would you say you're more of a lyricist, or not lyricist, but like do you freestyle or do you write it down?
It's a mixture of both. It depends on the moment. In terms of the initial song idea, I freestyle it. I start off with the melody. It's like God gives me it first. I have the producer or whatever will work on the beat, and then like he'll play the beat, and then my first idea is usually what the whole song will turn into melodically. I'll start off, let's say if you play a beat, let's say if it was like Jay-Z to Takeover, and then like I'm just like humming the melody for it or whatever. I forgot how the melody for Takeover is because I would have tried to do it just now, but I start off there and then have the lyrics kind of match like the little mumble raps and whatever that I'm creating. But then it turns into something that's lyrically gifted and genius, I think. You know what I mean? I take pride in both.
You are very lyrically talented. Listening to questions, even when I was playing the music with the girls over there, they were commenting on your lyricism. What message did you try to convey in that song?
And questions?
For the people that haven't heard it yet.
It was more or less asking people in the, I gotta think of the chorus in my head, I'm sorry, another one that I wrote a long time ago, but it was more or less like to show you that I'm hungry, I'm here. It starts off, who got the heat, who really king in the street, who really effing with me, you know what I mean? Starts off like that, really in your face type of song, but on the chorus it goes like, how many rappers, how does it go? Dang, my bad. Hold on, wait a minute. It was just talking about the current state of the hip hop game, and I felt like a lot of people like more or less were like not being truthful to like how they go about their career and like their career paths and things of that nature, and how many people are really doing it for the love of the music. That's what it was. I'm sorry, I just remembered how many people are really doing it for the love of the music. You know, a lot of people don't like really hone in on their craft, and it was like a question like on the chorus or whatever. What I'm talking about delves into that.
What artists out here do you think are in it for the music?
What artists?
It could
names?
it could be like people, or it could be people on the
I
radio,
know.
mainstream.
My biggest inspirations currently is Cole, Kendrick.
Cole went here.
No, I know. Look, I know. I know. His second home, low key Queen. So yeah, like we'll take that. Cole, Kendrick currently. I want to say Snow Allegra, Brent Fayez. Who else? Drake and Childish Gambino is really dope too. It's a lot of people to give credit to. You know what I mean? 'Cause I listen to them, and I also listen to ground artists like Amalu that is coming up, and like
Amalu. I've heard some of her trying to play some of her stuff. She's dope.
Leia is dope too. She's another R&B artist. I mean, I listen to like Amine. I listen to a multitude of artists, but beyond them, in New York City, the people that inspire me is Capital X, Diamond Joe, Del Marie Forbes, Chloe Katara, Aya Abdul, amazing artist as well. My homegirl, Really Real, Crybaby. Super dope. Yeah, she's dope, man. She's dope. And so many people, like, I could go on and on. CC Black, amazing artist. I could put you onto some of their, like, work and stuff like that if you want. And then, like, who else? Oh, C4 Bernard. My boy not out here right now, but he in LA right now doing it big. And like, he's a huge inspiration. I want to say, like, he's the one rapper that, like, I'm grateful to, like, call a friend and, like, that pushes me through, like, you know, with a lot of the stuff that, like, when I have doubts about this stuff, always telling me and motivating me to push forward. He's out there with his group and his team and his talent agency working on music. And my homeboy Nori. If you guys want to see like a electrifying live performer, yeah, that's him. Like he like James Brown, Michael Jackson reincarnated on stage, for real.
You perform a lot too. You've done a lot of shows. Like your Instagram is full of shows. Yeah. How do you feel about performing?
It's second nature. Like I feel like it's natural. Like for me, it's just like talking to people. That's all it is. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like waking up every day, brushing your teeth, washing your face. It's routine, but also at the same time, it's like it becomes something that's so normal. You feel so comfortable doing it. It's like, oh, I do that. You know what I mean? And you like kind of forget because it's like you just do that. You know.
Do you have any tips for booking shows or for putting on a good show?
For sure. I want to say for booking shows, look at these venues, look at friends and stuff that perform places. Try to like take note of them. Go to shows. Meet the people that's there, the managers, the people that's running these things and these events, talking to them real time, face value, you know what I mean, and giving them an introduction to you as a person. Because as an artist, I feel like if they don't fall in love with you as a person first, how are they going to fall in love with you as an artist? And in terms of performing, I would say study, watch your favorite artists, watch, amazing entertainers that inspired them. So like look at those artists and then find out who inspired this person. Okay, why did this person fall in love with them? This is what they liked. Okay, how can I use that and then add that to my arsenal, and and also engaging with the people. People are there in the crowd. You don't want them just sitting around and just being in awe watching. It's cool, but make them feel like they are one with the music. You know what I mean? Make it like
especially when you're just starting and they don't like know your songs yet.
But look, they can but they can. Don't get it twisted. They can. There's a lot of places I've gone and people did not know my name before I came in. I walked out and everybody knew me. You know what I mean? And I think that goes for anybody. You just got to have that belief. Like, God put you here, gave you a name and all of that for a reason. The world going to know it if you show them. Everybody started off with nobody knowing. They going to sing along to it. Trust.
So, what artists do you study on stage?
J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Michael Jackson, Prince. Those four, to be exact. Those are, like, my favorite performers of all time. For sure, like, everything about them. And then even their predecessors, the people that they looked up to, like Michael Jackson, he looked up to, like, Jackie Wilson and Fred Astaire and James Brown. And so I look at him, I look at them, and I want to say, like, Prince, same thing. Jimi Hendrix, James Brown, J. Cole, Nas, Hov, you know what I mean? Kendrick, Prince, he looked up to, like, Andre 3000, Lil Wayne, stuff like that. So, like, I look at all these people and then be like, all right, like, what can I take from this? What do they do? Like, you know what I mean? J. Cole talks to the crowd. Kendrick, he has choreography, and he gets really emotional on stage and how he, like, carries himself. Michael Jackson is the perfect, like, puppeteer on stage and also an electrifying dancer and really, like, captivates the crowd based off his body movements and, like, his, I want to say, like, how he, like, how composed he is on stage. Prince, he has, like, these little, like, amazing skits on stage and, like, little intermissions, and it's dope, you know? But, yeah, I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. You're literally here for this.
Nah, yeah, I really love music and, like, just all aspects of it.
I can see that. It radiates off of you. I like that. We haven't even been talking for that long, but it's been very of substance, you know, more than other people that I've talked to.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Kind of sucks that time is almost up, but
yeah, it's cool. Look,
let's make the most out of it. Let's tell people what's next, what's to come. What you don't have an album yet, but I see on your hoodie. Oh, yeah. What you got on your hoodie?
All verses lead to. It's the prelude and, like, I want to say, you know, the thing that's ushering era of, like, showing people that KLD Wave is the next to come, one of the next in the city, and in my opinion, the best rapper alive. All verses lead to Off the Grid, which would be my debut EP. All verses lead to is a compilation mixtape that will be released under W.A.V.E and our collective, and it will be comprised of all these artists that I was naming today, even my friends that I was saying, like, Really Real and Tifo Bernard, and you know what I mean? I want to say Crybaby. There's a couple artists I want to shout out to and would like to have on this project, such as Name of Petty, Janique, AQ to God, and I also want to get this amazing homegirl that I know. Her name is Stephanie on the project as well, too. And I just want to show people, like, you know, to commemorate the 50 years of hip-hop, but, you know, in the underground music scene in New York City, give it a space, you know what I mean? And motivate people all the while, showing people all verses lead to Off the Grid, which is going to be my personal debut EP.
I'm super excited. I'm definitely going to tune in.
Thank you.
Title. Any last words you want to say before we part?
Yeah, if you're listening today, just make sure you keep living your dreams, value the people you come across, talk to everybody. I don't care if it's a homeless person on the street, a little kid that's 7 years old, or somebody that's 77 or 27 years old. Give them time and day and, like, you know, just, you know, keep living your dreams and always know that you're valuable every day.
And one more time for the people that haven't heard what KLD WAVE stands for. Oh,
yeah, it's a self-affirmation and an acronym for everybody that's listening today to always remember and never forget. KLD WAVE, keep living dreams. We are valuable every day, wave by wave. Good night, y'all.
Thank you so much for talking.
All right. Thank you.